I reconnected with my best friend after 20 years, and it broke my heart. I grew up in a small town in California. That's where I met Riley, who would become my best friend. His family had money. His dad owned a popular restaurant in Phoenix and drove fancy cars. They even had a vacation house in Mexico where they went a few times a year. His mom worked as a blackjack dealer at a casino and would sometimes come home late at night with hundreds of dollars in tips. I basically grew up at their place. It felt like a second home. My own family was the complete opposite. Both my parents were alcoholics, and we barely got by. We didn't celebrate holidays, and our vacations were just short trips to Arizona Mills to get shoes and eat at In-N-Out. My mom worked as a dispatcher and later as a housekeeper. My dad kept getting arrested for drinking and driving until he finally left the state to avoid going to prison. So to me, Riley's home was like a dream. I spent as much time there as I could. In high school, I even joined them on trips to Mexico during spring and summer breaks. His dad's restaurant was amazing. We'd ride our bikes there and they'd give us free food. His dad promised to give him the restaurant one day. He even bought him his first car and said he'd buy him his first house. I won't lie, sometimes I was jealous. But then, near the end of high school, Riley started hanging out with other people and we grew apart. After graduation, my family moved away. And just like that, it was like my friendship with Riley never happened. I never saw or heard from him again. Life didn't get easier for me. I was kicked out at 18 and tried reconnecting with my dad, but he turned out to be a terrible person. I was homeless for 6 months, then moved back in with my mom for a while, but ended up homeless again, sleeping in the basement of a bar. During those hard times, I often thought about Riley. I imagined him running the restaurant, maybe married with kids, living a stable life. Meanwhile, I was depressed. I even tried to take my life more than once, as recently as 5 years ago. But then 4 years ago, I moved back to California. Things started getting better. I learned about finances and mental health, and I'm proud of how far I've come. Life isn't perfect, but it's so much better. A few months ago, my brother texted me out of the blue. He had randomly run into Riley at a truck stop outside Phoenix. Riley asked for my number and wanted to reconnect. We started texting and eventually made plans to meet. When I saw him at the bar, he looked almost the same as he did back in high school. But as we talked, I realized something shocking. Our lives had completely flipped. After school, Riley started growing and selling weed. He got caught and went to jail for a year. Then he got out, did it again, and ended up back in prison for a few more years. While he was locked up, he missed his sister's wedding. His dad later died from cancer in 2015 while Riley was still in prison. That loss hit him hard. Now Riley runs the restaurant with his sister, but COVID really hurt their business. He had to take on another job just to keep it going. On top of that, he developed a gambling addiction and lost 2 houses. He's still deep in debt. His mom died of cancer in 2022, and his grandmother passed recently too. During our talk, I noticed he had a drinking problem. He said he can't fall asleep without alcohol. That worried me, so we left the bar and got food instead. One thing that stuck out was how surprised he was that I was doing well. It kind of felt like he expected my life to still be a mess, like maybe that would make him feel better about his own. But the truth is, Riley made a lot of bad choices. He had everything lined up for him and he threw it away. His sister still helps him with the restaurant, but even she keeps her distance now because of all the damage he's caused. I wish I could say it was a happy reunion, but it wasn't. I feel bad for him, but like he admitted, most of it came from his own decisions. We're just not the same people anymore. I've changed, and honestly, I don't think there's anything left in that friendship to rebuild.